Hello everybody, it's a lovely Sunday morning and I just thought I would come on and have a chat about a few things. I've been pondering over quite a few things recently about the direction in which I wish to take my work, whatever my work may be. I'm really happy with the way my channels are building here on YouTube. I'm happy that I'm producing content. Having two channels can be quite a responsibility and task, especially when editing videos and choosing content and finding content, in fact. I am aiming to produce at least 2 videos on my channels each week as a minimum. So on my artist channel here, the days I am choosing are Thursday and Sunday, although I may put out 1 or 2 extra videos or a short or even a post. And for my cuisine channel, the days will be Wednesday and Saturday as a minimum. And again, if I have an opportunity or if I feel inspired to, I will be putting out the odd post or short or additional video. I do have quite a lot of content waiting in the wings on the cuisine channel, but not so much on the artist channel, and that is something I need to address. However, I have quite an exciting longer video that I'm hoping to put up next Sunday, which is different from my usual content. I do watch a lot of other YouTubers and I find what they do inspiring, and then it spurs me on to develop my own style and develop my content further, so everything I produce becomes increasingly professional. Yesterday Dan and I went to Rye for the day, and oh my goodness, we haven't been for a while. It's about an hour and a half from Ramsgate. There's quite a few windy roads as well, but it's always nice to be there. And at one time, going back hundreds of years, Rye was actually on the coast, but gradually became silted up, rather like Thanet was an island between the English mainland and France. It sits on the English Channel, but the Wonsum Channel, which is the channel that separated Thanet from the mainland, became silted up completely by the mid-1700s. Although I believe there's one guy who has a YouTube channel who has actually still managed to get round. So there must be a trickle somewhere. However, even though we're technically an island, we've been silted up for the best part of 300 years. And the land will always change over hundreds of years and millennia as well. And places that are well above sea level now may gradually find themselves going back towards the sea, and some places, including Thanet, may end up being swallowed up by the sea. Anyway, enough of that. Yesterday we went to the castle. Rye has a small castle. Afterwards we found a craft fair. We had a look in and I was talking to a couple of crafters. There were some lovely things. And then we went to find some coffee and cake before coming home. We had to get back by about 4 o'clock to feed the cats. So we arrived home shortly before 5:30 in good time to feed the cats and give Merlin's injection. Now, I have been, as some of you know, crafting for many years, and I paint as well from time to time, and I enjoy photography. I don't paint as much as I used to. There's many different reasons for that. Let's just say that art can be very subjective, and with not being in the clique, it can be quite difficult to get people interested. And besides which as well, I'm often drawn to abstract art, which not everybody understands. I can see images in just about anything, whether it be a painting, and not just the image that's meant to be there, whether it be paintings, trees, the sky, rocks, rock formations. I can often see images, faces, animals, birds, spirit even. And I haven't done as much painting as I intended to. In fact, one controversial work I decided to abandon because I didn't like the energy attached to it. It stirred things up that's not necessarily very positive in nature. And I've just closed the door on that. I think it's for the best. I don't really want a piece of work like that hanging. It was something quite topical. I didn't really want it hanging in my hallway. It was a big painting. I'd got as far as the first coat of white, and then I just abandoned it. It may be something more in future, but I've decided to sell off some of my craft stuff. Not the art stuff quite so much as the craft stuff. I don't feel a stronger calling to do crafts anymore, in particular jewellery. Although I do love jewellery, I love working with crystals, I don't really feel guided to do it much longer. I will continue with candles and I will continue with textiles. But in future, I am not planning to sell as much on the internet. I'm just going to focus more on the outlets I have left. Before the pandemic, I had 7 outlets and I now have 2, excluding my Etsy shop and my online shop. I am going to continue until next summer with my online shop, but then I may change to a different website package, and the Etsy as well I may discontinue. The fees are getting quite high for the amount one can sell something for. Everything has a limit of what you can charge, and I don't really feel that the model is working as well for me anymore. So I decided what I would do, I would use as much of my jewellery stuff as possible and just make stuff and keep it in stock. Take stuff out of my Etsy and online shop and move it to the PLE, and then put new stuff on Etsy. The stuff that's been on Etsy and in the online store hasn't been down the road before. I'm going to move it around a little bit. I decided to make a few things though for now to restock the PLE because I'm running low on bracelets. I make really pretty gemstone bracelets. These are stretchy ones, expandable. These are on elastic thread. And in fact, I need to buy some more beading thread. I really enjoy making these. They're inexpensive, fun to wear, make a nice gift or treat for yourself. So this is rhodonite. Rhodonite, of course, is an agate, and agate is always a good grounding stone. I've been drawn to making things that really resonate with me at the moment. And one of the things I do believe that we all need to do in these times, apart from sometimes walking away from the news, which is all gloom and doom, and social media, which can be a very toxic place, when it gets like that, it's best to just walk away. When it gets too much, when you're getting anxiety from hearing news or what's going on elsewhere in your world, it's best just to walk away and go and do something fun that brings you joy and will help you to raise your vibrations. I, for example, like to bang my gongs. I have 3 gongs from Bali on very ornate stands, and I love to bang the biggest gong in particular. It's got a really deep sound. It resonates through the whole body. It's note A2. I have a variety of different beaters. A lot of them belong to Dan. Dan used to play timpani and other percussion and has a whole suitcase of beaters, and was only too happy to lend me some. I'm in the middle of writing a gong piece at the moment. It's taking a while. I wrote some before I went up to Dan's mum's earlier in the month, but I haven't been back to it since. I've had to play around with different sounds though, so I've not abandoned it totally. I've also been trying to write a piano piece for a while, and I'm pushing on with that slowly, but it was just getting it right, and I tweaked what I'd originally written out, and when it comes down to it, I may tweak it some more. I probably will, but I'm going to try and press on with the rest of the piece. I treated myself to a spiral bound manuscript paper. It's manuscript on one side and lined for notes on the other, which is ideal, especially for gong music, because you can really write on the back of the page how you want the piece to feel, the sense it's endeavouring to evoke in oneself, any feelings and the vibrations and what one might get out of it as well. Also the style, whether it's loud or soft or rapid or slow, and what kind of beating sound, whether it's a or boom boom, just as a couple of examples. I'm drawn to grounding stones. I am an earth sign, which may explain that, and I also work with Archangel Sandalphon, and I work with Archangel Michael and Commander Ashtar and the Ascended Master, in particular White Eagle and Saint Germain, who is one of the creative Ascended Masters, and can assist with all forms of creativity. And of course, Sandalphon is associated with music. Those are my main guides in the higher echelons of the universe. Of course, there are others up there on the astral plane as well. Sometimes I have dreams where my mum is in them. I believe that I do link in with her, and I've had dreams about certain other individuals in the past, including Princess Diana, and usually there's some profound message out of that. Also, my maternal grandma is often in dreams as well. Sometimes Mum and Granny are both together in the dreams with me. I think this is rather beautiful. This is really nice for grounding. These are 6mm beads. Now this one, this is another agate. This is Ocean Jasper. This is one of the yellow ones. Now to me, while it's great for grounding, the yellow colour one would associate with the solar plexus, and that to me is like combining the grounding with the joy. And I do believe that if you're grounded, you can foster joy inside in your heart because you're at peace and you're firm on the ground, and it enables you to be wholly present in the moment as well. And that would have been created through the tide over probably hundreds or thousands of years, associated with the sea. So you've also got the water element in there as well for emotion, but you need that grounding energy as well to keep you down to earth. All emotion is not necessarily good for the well-being. I think the yellow shades here are absolutely beautiful. These are a combination of 8mm beads and 6mm beads, and this one will be £6. The one I made last time sold really quickly. It's actually overdue. I meant to make it a long time ago. Then this is a little stone chip bracelet. I charge about £3.50, £4 for these. This one's amethyst, really good for the crown chakra. You could also use it for the third eye, but mainly it's the crown chakra. It can help with balancing all aspects of your life. So if you're prone to being impulsive, for example, or you are, say, a bit addicted to something, whether it's like cigarettes or alcohol or chocolate or something else that's not necessarily good for you, these are great. Amethyst works really well. I am very fond of amethyst. To me, it's a very spiritual stone. It's really good to work with for meditation as well, and manifestation. I love all the different shades in this, and it's perfect for a late summer. But to be honest, I sell these all year round. They're very popular. And then this one is lapis lazuli. Again, it's ideal for the higher chakras, also the throat chakra, which is linked into communication. It's a very powerful stone. It was very prized in ancient Greece and ancient Egypt. It's lovely to work with. Again, if you're doing deep meditation or manifestation, it's perfect. If you've got an important meeting coming up, or an interview, or you're making a speech, for example, lapis will also help with that. It will link you as well to Archangel Michael and with your higher self, as will the amethyst. Great for fostering a greater relationship with your higher self and with the universe. Just remember though, if you're going to work with spirit in, say, channeling, for example, it's best to do a blessing before you get started, just for protection, because as much as there's good around, there's always evil as well, and you need to be able to keep the evil out. I always do a blessing, as does Dan, if we're using, for example, a pendulum chart, a Ouija board, anything like that. You can just even say, Archangel Michael, please protect me. But I usually say maybe the high powers protect this chart for the highest good and the highest truth. So mote it be. Or amen. Now then, I've got one of these as well. This is a multi-chakra bracelet, so that's got everything on. These are usually more than the plain ones because some of the stones are more expensive. You've got some peridot in there, which is a spiritual stone, and citrine, which is solar plexus, and we've got carnelian as well, which is sacral chakra, and we also have some red agate for grounding, and we've got some light blue for the throat chakra, and then we've also got some lapis here for the third eye. We've got amethyst for the crown chakra. So I think that's really lovely. So that one will be £5. And then we've got black tourmaline here. That's really good for protection. I try to do a lot of protective stones because we all need protecting right now. Sometimes we even need protecting from ourselves, I'll be honest. We can be our own worst enemy. We can frazzle ourselves totally into the ground if we allow ourselves to, or get completely sucked in by what's happening in the world or our part of the world or in our immediate circle. It's good for protecting you as well from toxic behaviour. Inevitably, if you're a light worker, you will attract what I call energy vampires or other toxicity. And things like EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, something like Shunga is perfect for that. I'm personally very sensitive to vibration. I can even kind of hear people's mind chatter and the energy that's coming from their minds as well. Fidgety behaviour, or if somebody's on edge, I will pick it up. And I can also feel the mood of something as well. I can pick something up and know the mood that's attached to it, even the history attached to that piece as well. So I have to protect myself from certain frequencies, really important for my well-being. I can even hear electrical equipment. Every electrical equipment or wiring has its own sound. I'm used to it now, but it can take some getting used to. You have to learn to switch off, even if you can hear it, so it doesn't get you down. It's really important to do that. And I thought I would put this together. I've got some chain. This is really nice. That's rose quartz. That's for the heart chakra. It's sterling silver. That's lovely. I am not sure yet whether I'm going to put that down the road or whether I'm going to save it for Etsy. I might put it in Etsy. And then I have this. This is going down the road. I sold the other one fairly quickly. It's an amethyst tree of life. Is that gorgeous? Tree of life is one of my favourite symbols. It's nice and long, so you can wear it in the winter with a polo neck or sweater, or wear it with a lovely dress in the summer as well. Something plain in order to show up its beauty. This is stunning, beautiful. I think this is stunning. Look at that. And then I have this. This is a fossil tooth. These are popular with men and boys in particular, but it's unisex. It's about 18 inches long. And then this is a beauty. This is smoky quartz. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Gorgeous. So that's what I have been making. I'm going to continue making over the next few months until I've used everything I want to use, and then I will sell the rest off. I may make a few pieces in the future, but nothing like I have been doing. It's time to move on to new things. Before I go today, I feel like pulling a couple of cards for us for the week ahead, just to see what we get. The people watching, what do we need to know of importance? It's a new moon on Tuesday, and that's a perfect time, preferably during the day, for visualizing and manifesting your wishes for the good. And also remember to include the whole of humanity as well, because we are all one. We're one big family. What do we need to know of importance? Let's unite and join together. What do we need to know of importance? This is the Tarot of Pagan Cats. It's a new deck I bought in Blackpool when I was there recently, from a lovely shop called Selenite, right next to Tower Fisheries on Topping Street, Blackpool Central. It's ready. We have the Knight of Wands. That's quite an interesting card. The cat is in control. The fox has been in control, but isn't any longer. The fox is being ridden. So this is about us learning to take control of whatever situation we need to, whether it's in our own lives or in the wider field. The fox here is not in charge anymore. The cat has got the fox and is leading the fox to where he wants to go. This is a card of movement, and it's more rapid movement as well. There's no time to lose. I'll take another. This is the Ten of Wands. The cat has quite a burden there. There's a lot on the cat's mind, and also the cat has a lot to carry around. Quite a heavy burden there, physically as well as mentally. It's a long road. However, the house is coming into view, and soon the cat will be able to put the load down once he arrives outside the house from the winding lane. Life is often full of burden or hard work, and also patience. But if you can be patient and you continue to work hard, then the reward will come. And I'll take one more. I have the Hanged Man here. Oh, there's a mouse and some playing cards. And the cat is hanging down from the curtains. There's a bit of a stalemate, bit of a pause. This always comes before the action. There can be a lull, there can be a delay before anything starts to happen. This is where we are right now. As is this, we've had burden. There's a bit of a stalemate. But if we're patient and bide our time, then action will finally come. Everything is according to divine timing from this. You can see the sun there. But patience is a virtue. So whatever you want to do this week, just be patient. Don't go charging bull at a gate. Just give everything time to settle down. Go with the flow, and spirit will bring you what you need when that moment, or what you desire when that moment is right. So just sit with the moment, and you'll automatically know when the time is right to do something. And I will also pull a card from this. This was from a magazine, Soul and Spirit Guiding Stars Oracle cards. I haven't used these for a while, but I do like them. They're fun cards. I used to take them to psychic parties when I did them, usually hen parties, wedding parties, special birthday parties, that sort of thing. And I sometimes think it's fun to pull one near the end of a reading, or just go around the room and get people to pick a card. Sometimes I've turned the table on the querent and said to them, well, how would you interpret it? What does that feel like to you? And I find that can produce quite interesting responses. I trust in the magic of the new moon, which is upcoming, and all the joy and possibility it brings. Now, isn't that a nice one to end this on? And it talks about the new moon, which is coming on Tuesday. How crazy is that? I trust in the magic of the new moon and all the joy and possibility it brings. Isn't that nice? I think I'm going to put that on my grid, and I'll leave it there, and thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.